What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and just the other day, it seemed like for just a moment that maybe, just maybe, Britney Spears was finally on the right path. I mean, she even acknowledged that she complained too much. I think her exact words were, "I can understand that my posts complaining about my past may seem consistent. It must seem like I have an extremely hard time letting go." And boy, oh boy, that was like music to my ears. Forget the "hold me closer, closer, closer," that bullshit song. I'm talking about this was like a melody, like an angel just strumming. What is that? What is that freaking? What is that instrument called? Damn, a harp or something? I don't know. But just stringing that instrument, just singing a lullaby into my ears. Because finally, even Britney is acknowledging that all she does is complain 24/7. And I'm sorry, but I'm tired of hearing about it. And then she goes on to say, for me, just a genuine apology would help give me closure. She says that all she needs is a genuine apology to help give her closure. An apology from her family for all of the horrible things they've done. Well, what happened after that? Britney Spears' mother apologized for everything. And then I was like, could it be? Are we witnessing progress happen right before our eyes? Don't get me wrong, this is none of our business, but if you're putting it on social media, it becomes our business, right? So we have this this daughter saying all she needs is an apology for closure. And then the mother comes and apologizes, and it's like that fake tear runs down my face like on the movies. Just a beautiful moment. So beautiful. And then, like 2 seconds later, we get blasted with nudes and all type of stuff. And then this is gold, I'm telling you all. So as Britney's sitting here, all I need is a genuine apology for some closure. The mother apologizes, or Britney's mother apologizes, and then literally Britney has this to say. For 13 years, I had to meet doctors weekly to bring up my past, which made it much worse. As for my whole family, including my brother, sister, cousins, aunts, uncles, and well, damn, the whole audience were either stoned or drunk off their asses. I was the mother effing saint who was scared to move or knew my dad would put me somewhere if I didn't cooperate. Even in America, the land of the free. Years go by, and he still puts me in a psych ward. Not one mother effing person stood up for me. Mom, take your apology and go F yourself. And to all the doctors for effing with my mind, I pray you all burn in hell. Kiss my mother effing ass. So she literally says, I just need a genuine apology for some closure. The mother apologizes, and then she's like, take your apology and stick it up your ass, Mom. And I just can't help but feel like I'm watching a 13-year-old emo kid rage out at their parents because they don't understand why they always dress in black and wear black lip liner. That's what I feel like I'm watching. I am watching a privileged, middle-class emo kid rage out at their parents right now. How could you sit there and say, I just need a genuine apology for some closure? And then when someone apologizes, you're like, go F yourself. But not only are you like, go F yourself, you post it for 40 million people to see. So it goes to show, Britney just says things for no reason. All that I need an apology, that doesn't matter. Britney's going to be a victim and Britney's going to complain. So Britney basically threw the bait out there. Someone apologized to me and maybe I'll stop complaining. And then someone apologized and she's like, perfect reason to complain again. Let me bring up the conservatorship again. Let me say go F yourself right after you came to me in a vulnerable moment and apologized, and acknowledged that you were wrong. Now, who does something like this? I'm not saying that Britney's mom deserves to be forgiven. You could come up with your own opinion about that. What I'm saying, who does something like this? There's all this talk of narcissists lately. Has anyone realized that? 3 or 4 years ago, you probably didn't even know what the word narcissist was. Yet in 2022, every single person is being labeled as a narcissist, right? Well, if anyone's a narcissist, I think it's Britney Spears. This is true narcissist behavior. She can never admit any wrongdoing. Even when it comes to the conservatorship, she acts as if it was just some random thing that happened, that she was just chilling, hit me baby one more time, and then just grab her off the stage and throw her in a dungeon. That's not how it happened, Britney. You had a freaking mental breakdown that led to this happening. And if you ask me, you're continuing to have a mental breakdown on Instagram every day. But there's never an acknowledgement that she ever did anything wrong or had or anything. Everything is everyone else's fault. And even in a moment where someone apologizes, it's how can I make this about me? How could I become the victim here once again and lash out at everyone else? So to me, Britney is a true narcissist. All she does is she sways side to side and look at herself in the mirror all the time. She makes everything about her, and she lashes out at everyone else. And I find it really weird that she has this thing against America. Like if you look throughout her post, she's constantly throwing shots at America and Americans. And that's really weird to me because she's American, even though in her mind, she thinks she's British. But I can't really figure out why does this? Like, why do y'all think she does this? Like she attacks Americans as if America as a whole, we all came together to throw Britney in a cage. And then she even goes on to say that not a single person ever stood up for her. Not one mother effing person stood up for her. Meanwhile, she had a whole movement behind her name. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people went out of their way to try to free Britney. I mean, people were quitting their jobs and basically making their whole life about how do we free Britney. Meanwhile, they didn't realize that, hey, Britney was a little loopy, just a little. I'm not saying she's crazy. And then maybe this conservatorship, I think it's bad. I don't like conservatorships, but maybe it wasn't what it was made out to be. I mean, we know now that Britney has this voice and she talks and complains all day, that most of her complaints are BS. There's been about 1 or 2 complaints that I could be like, man, that's messed up. All of the other stuff, it's like, those are problems I wish I had. I wish I could get mad that my limo wasn't outside of my private plane. I wish I could get mad that my Pepsi ad didn't come out the way I wanted it to. But that's the trauma that Britney constantly talks about. And when we feed into it, we're doing nothing but empowering her mental health issues, empowering her to just dwell in these issues. And that's never a good thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a guy on YouTube, but hell, you know what? I'm going to give out some advice. Take it, don't take it, I don't care. When you're dealing with something mentally, you should never just sit there in a bubble and dwell on your problems. I think that's the popular thing to do. To dwell on your traumas and deal with your traumas, girl. Let's talk about trauma all day long. No. I'm sorry. I know the new age woke way of thinking makes you think that, yeah, this is powerful. It's powerful to sit here and be a victim all day and talk about bad things that happen to me. It's cool. It's not. It's never, ever, ever, ever going to help you. It's not. Do you see it helping Britney? People were like, you gotta let her vent and say what she's gonna say. Britney has been venting and talking this shit for 11 months straight. We haven't seen any progress. If anything, she's going backwards. Right back to, what was it, like 2008? I am so tired of this. Here's a pill, here's a pill, here's a pill. Now, dwell on your problems and make sure you talk about them as much as possible. Matter of fact, who cares about your identity? Now your identity is 100% based around what mental health issues you have. When you introduce yourself, make sure you tell them you're bipolar. Make sure you tell them you're this. Make sure you tell them that you're that. Just be a victim 24/7 and pop all of these medicines and do this and do that. It's never going to help, in my opinion. The number one thing that you can do to get your mind off of your issues is to make yourself busy. Go do something with your life. Go freaking accomplish something. Sitting at home on Twitter, on Instagram all day, reliving your traumatic experiences, hoping that you get social media engagement. Oh, here's another person that dropped a like. I guess they love that I'm talking about God. It's like we are watching the decay of our society crumble down upon us. It's like opposite day. And I don't want you all to think that I'm like, you shouldn't acknowledge your issues or talk to someone about it. I agree that it's helpful to talk and to vent, but it's not cool to just basically become a bubble boy surrounded by your issues and your mental health issues and everything that's ever happened to you. It's just like walking and talking victims everywhere I go, and this victim mentality is doing nothing but becoming a cancer on our society. And if you ask me, it's making perfectly normal people suffer from mental health issues themselves. Or people who are perfectly normal now want to pretend like they're suffering from something, because to really fit in, to really be credible, to really be cool these days, you have to have 42 different freaking mental health issues and 7 different genders that you switch back and forth from every single day. It's just become too much. So in my opinion, all the 24/7 victim, this is blah, 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 blah. It needs to stop. She needs to do something with her life. Move the hell on. And I don't care how anyone feels about it. We all have different opinions. We all approach things from different ways. But I gotta say, I'm getting so fed up with this victim mentality, especially when it comes to Britney. And I hate seeing the comments like, she's dealt with so much, she needs to talk about this all day long. It's not helping anything. It's not helping anything. It's not. Making yourself into a 24/7 victim does not help you. But anyways, like I was saying earlier, my reaction to this is just like, I feel like I'm watching an emo goth kid argue with their parents about not understanding their lifestyle. And it's so weird to me. Sometimes I have to step back and realize this is a 40-year-old woman. Do y'all realize that? Like, I know when you look at superstars, sometimes you just look at them for their persona and you stop thinking about them as a human as much. But think about Britney as a human. She is a 40-something-year-old mother of 2. She's not 13. She's not 15. She's not 16. She's not 9. She is a 40-something-year-old mother. And this is how she is acting. Go stick your apology up your butt, Mom. Really? That's how you have to read it. Stop reading it like she's a queen. Please take your apologies and stick it right where the sun don't shine, madam. That's how yes queens view Britney. They view Britney with like a Pope hat on. She's got a golden scepter, jewels everywhere. Swaying side to side. She's got her cooch almost out, She's got to make sure you see those little tattoos right above her vagina. Taketh that apologieth and sticketh it up your butt, madam. But no, she's really like, stick it up your butt, Mom. She's a mean, mad, angry, misunderstood teenager. That's what Britney is. That's how she's been acting for months. I hope she gets it together, but I don't think she will if she has millions of people encouraging this behavior. But go ahead and encourage more of my behavior down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all later on the next video.